sticking at this stage towards the near side running rail. Think First giving a lead to Castleway in the royal blue, and Tower of London Moor with a tight hold of his head, the purple and white silks. The second half of the field being disputed between St George the Grey and Land Legend, and Klondike with the pink cap looks on, and they've gone beyond halfway, heading now for the final 5 furlongs. And Think First made every inch of the running so far. Callan was positive from the stalls. He wanted to make the running, and he's been allowed to do so far. They're still nudging 34 miles an hour or so as they head inside the last half mile. Castleway in the royal blue is a close second, and Tower of London waiting in the wings. Then St George, Land Legend in a white jacket against the running rail, and Klondike is just about last of all. And the pace has quickened now. They're 37, 38 miles an hour as they come for the final 3, about to run downhill. Think First being asked for more. Castleway driven up by Buick now, mounting his challenge. More nudging away in behind. He's got nowhere to go at the moment on Tower of London in the purple and white. He's rather trapped on heels, held in by the grey St George, who's making his effort. Klondike on the extreme right is running on. Now Moore finds daylight under the fence and delivers Tower of London to challenge Castleway and St George as they climb inside the last furlong. It's Castleway, Tower of London and St George, though, forming a pincer movement. 3 of them diving for the line in the Bahrain Trophy. It's going to be a finish of inches here. Castleway nose down from Tower of London, St George. Klondike close up in 4th. Malk goes in to complete the line. Set. They're off. The Group 2 Kingdom of Bahrain July Stakes outside of Toca Madeira. Pale jacket in the centre got away well. Pyrrhus Sangue is racing on the extreme right and is up with the leaders. The grey racing down the middle of the track. Maximum Impact tracks them. Malk in a light blue jacket, only a couple of lengths off the lead, followed by Mountain Bear in the dark blue, and then Thunder Blue, the violet and white quarters on the cap. With Chief Manicato on the extreme left, the red cap being followed through towards the far side by Lake Forest in the dark blue and white, and just saw the white sleeves and cap as the back marker as they move through halfway in the July Stakes. Well grouped, it's just about Pyrrhus Sangue, dark jacket with the pale sleeves to Toca Madeira, Maximum Impact, the grey on the near side. Thunder Blue in a violet jacket is coming there quite powerfully. Malk in the light blue on the extreme right is ridden along. Mountain Bear, the dark blue in behind. Just Saw, the other of the greys, white cap, white sleeves moving through, followed by Lake Forest, Chief Mankato on the extreme left, a little off them. Climbing now inside the last furlong. Toca Madeira, pale jacket. Here's Just Saw, though, right down the middle, coming storming through. Lake Forest running on the far side, but leaning left. And from last to first under Jim Crowley, it's Just Saw who wins the July Stakes from Lake Forest, Toca Madeira. And there were 4 in a line in behind for 4th place. All in. Ready. They're off. 6 furlongs, the bet 365 handicap. Redemption time, red cap was slightly slowly away. Nose bounded Washington Heights away well, and so too Quinault down the centre with the green sleeves and cap, and towards the near side, the stand side, Dark 30 in the purple and white is also showing bright speed, being chased by Animate in a yellow jacket, and Ferris is just behind the leaders as well. So they spear down the middle of the racecourse, and it's Quinault and Dark 30 who has the purple sleeves who lead up to the nose bounded Washington Heights, and Ferris in behind in the green and yellow. Millstream with the white cap on the extreme right is Frankness, and then Rousing Encore light blue with a purple cap, being followed through by Executive Decision, and Tajala Tough Enough is well back with Redemption Time, and Animate. Second from the left is B Frank. Further left, Eminency being ridden along. Alpha Capture is the back marker, and Dark 30 and Quinault lead as they race down into the dip. Here's Millstream though with the white cap moving through to mount a powerful challenge. Climbing now inside the last furlong. Quinault the green cap, Millstream the white cap, 2 old foes fighting out the finish of the bet 365 handicap. Quinault, Millstream on the far side, very little between them, goes to the judge. Dark 30 was in behind in 3rd. They were chased in by the likes of Executive Decision and Washington Heights in a thriller. Global Storm leading them down towards the 7 marker. Tracked by Adayar, Isra slipstreaming, and Grand Alliance, and it's single file stuff, and they spurn the running rail, drifting more towards the centre of the track, approaching halfway at a fairly generous 38 miles an hour or so. They were around about 12 seconds for the last furlong. Still Grand Alliance adrift of his three rivals as Global Storm leads Adayar and Isra, the striped cap, waiting in the wings as they move inside the last 5 furlongs on down to the final half mile of the Group 2 Princess of Wales's Stakes. Global Storm ensuring this has been a good test of the trip. They're still nudging 40 miles an hour. Adayar in the all-blue poise, still swinging away in the hands of Will Buick. Isra making his effort now as Adayar comes sweeping on by and moves through to take over. Coming down inside the final 2.5 furlongs. Adayar asked to stretch by Buick. Isra, though, is going with him out on the right. They've quickly dropped Global Storm. There's been nothing at all from Grand Alliance, and Adayar is now having to work. And Isra is looking threatening as they race down into the dip, and Isra noses ahead. Adayar really having to work here as they climb inside the furlong, and Isra is beginning to assert. Adayar leaning left, he can't offer anything else, and he looks leg weary close home, and Isra is powering away. Going to be eased close home by Jim Crowley. Isra wins the Princess of Wales's Stakes and turns over Adayar. Global Storm in third and Grand Alliance in fourth. Clear from the front, the British Stallion starts EBF Maiden Fillies Stakes. They're off. 6 furlongs, 1,200 metres ahead of them. Kita Kotai towards the right in the black and white, just edge left leading the stalls, but got away well. So too down the centre, Lexington Bell in the light blue, and towards the left, probably the overall leader is NYRA Breeze in the yellow with the blue sleeves, tracked there by the all blue of Dubai Treasure. So they head towards the end of a couple of furlongs. It's NYRA Breeze giving a lead to Dubai Treasure, second from the left. Lexington Bell with the white face down the centre alongside Sacred Angel with the orange cap. Kita Kotai out on the extreme right, followed there by Suicide Blonde with the black cap and Bourgeoisie in a yellow jacket. Rating in the purple and white diamonds, purple sleeves is being ridden along. In behind, Ornalea, a violet jacket looking for a way through. Misinformation is just about last, and they're running downhill inside the last couple of furlongs. Dubai Treasure, the raw blue, Kita Kotai, the black and white, and Sacred Angel, the orange cap, the leading three as now they ascend for the last furlong. Sacred Angel, Kita Kotai, Dubai Treasure, Bourgeoisie in a yellow jacket is keeping on, and down the near side, Ornalea has found daylight, also running on late, but it's Sacred Angel in front. 2 on the day for Buick. Sacred Angel nudged out to make sure. Beats Dubai Treasure, promising an effort from Ornalea in third. Kita Kotai back in fourth. Completed more than 2 furlongs, and it's Nostrum who sets the pace here, going along at around about 38, 39 miles an hour. New Endeavour sitting a close second. Embesto Yellow Jacket disputing third with Mostubshire. Imperial Emperor now on the extreme left, asked to get a bit closer by Will Buick as they move through halfway. And Wildfell and John Egan in the black and pink racing in touch in rear. So Nostrum on the right, leading them down to the final 3 furlongs. More still sitting quietly. New Endeavour still close up, though, the maroon and yellow out on the left. Now being asked for more. Imperial Empress second from the left. Mostubshire is shaken up. Embesto Yellow Jacket is getting into it, ridden now as they race down into the dip. Nostrum still bowling along in front, swinging along in front. Now more ask him to stretch as they meet rising ground, and Nostrum quickens up, 40 miles an hour coming inside the furlong. 3, 4, 5 lengths ahead. Embesto chasing, but chasing shadows. We had to wait for his return, but the wait was worth it. Nostrum back with a bang. Wins the Sir Henry Cecil from Embesto. New Endeavour in third, Mostubshire back in fourth. As they begin to sort themselves out into racing formation, and it's just about Titian in the orange, white and green, who has a narrow lead in a cluster of 4 on the right hand side, followed by the nose banded United front with Glenfinnan on the extreme right, the dark sleeves in cap, and a Great Guardian in the blue and white last of that cluster. Meanwhile, Bling on the music in a beige and a mauve jacket leads them towards the near side centre of the track, followed through by the grey Bodegan and Darkness in the light blue, and Serona in the beige silks is held up just a couple of lengths off the pace. So well grouped as they move down towards the halfway point, nudging nearly 40 miles an hour. They're inside 12 seconds for the last furlong. Little more than 3 lengths covering the whole field. Second from the right, Titian. On the extreme right, Glenfinnan. United front in the noseband, first to be driven along, loses a bit of ground as Bling on the music in the mauve. And second from the left, Bodegan begin to move into this. On the extreme left, Darkness is another one who's on the move. They're running downhill for the last quarter mile, and Darkness has moved through in the light blue colours to just about take a narrow lead here from Titian, who's battling on. Then Glenfinnan on the right. Bodegan is backing out of it. Great Guardian in the blue and white keeping on in behind. Darkness is edging left but is in front as they come deep inside the furlong from Titian and Glenfinnan. And Darkness running on strongly. Serona making late gains for a place, but Darkness inches home. Serona might have been out for second ahead of Titian, and then Glenfinnan and United front.
The field continued to advance up the home straight right down the centre of the course, and it's Burglar who leads narrowly. From Not Brex, riding behind him Daisy and then Mighty River. Followed closely by Bolster, yellow with the black spots. Over toward the right-hand side is Tagabawa, the white cap. Then Killybegs Warrior, followed closely by Local Dynasty and Westerton, then Seendid. And then Gozo is still second to last, and Obelix is the back marker. They're making their way down inside the final 4.5 furlongs. Burglar and Not Brex pretty much together in the lead. It's only a half a length away to Mighty River. Then came Daisy, still over toward the far side. Then it's Tagabawa. Then came Killybegs Warrior and Gozo, who's trying to inch closer. Being pushed along, then is Bolster. Obelix is trying to stay on through horses. Westerton is nudged along, so too Seendid and Local Dynasty. Tagabawa now puts it up to Burglar as they run inside the final 2.5 furlongs. Tagabawa now inching to the lead. In the orange silk silk, Killybegs Warrior has every chance. In behind those, Gozo still staying on. Obelix over toward the right-hand side. Then came Daisy. Westerton trying to get going just outside the final furlong. Killybegs Warrior out in front. Obelix challenging far side. Gozo in behind those. Westerton more towards the near side. Half a furlong to go. Obelix has now grabbed the lead from Killybegs Warrior. Westerton still running on. Local Destiny getting going late. Killybegs Warrior coming back at Obelix to win it. Killybegs Warrior from Obelix. Back in third, then Westerton. Then came Local Dynasty. And behind that one was Gozo. And they're off. The four runners are sent on their way in the £100,000 Group 2 Duchess of Cambridge Stakes over the 6 furlongs, and it's Star of Mystery on the Empress Stakes here last time. The first one to begin, but joined towards the outside by the outsider. Thanks but no thanks. A length away, tucking in behind is Woodhay Wonder in the light blue and green silks here for Tom Arcand. And then towards the outside of Woodhay Wonder, the quarter cap for Persian Dreamers jockey Kevin Stott. They continue up the centre of the course then, and they'll soon be at halfway. With a small lead, thanks but no thanks, over toward the far side, Star of Mystery, just a neck in behind. Further 1 length back to Persian Dreamer under Kevin Stott, and they Woodhay Wonder and Tom Arcand as they head now down towards and inside the final 2.5 furlongs. Thanks but no thanks from Star of Mystery in second position. Now been nudged along Persian Dreamer to the left hand, so to the right there is Woodhay Wonder just hanging over a little as they race now down towards the final furlong, about to climb the rising ground. Thanks but no thanks drops away as Persian Dreamer puts it up now to Star of Mystery, who's hard under pressure, and Persian Dreamer getting the better of Star of Mystery, who's lugging over toward the far side. This will be a turn up as Persian Dreamer goes on to win the Duchess of Cambridge. Has seen off Star of Mystery. Woodhay Wonder was third, and last of the four, thanks but no thanks. Just before the turn, then it's going to be Torcello that will lead them to the top of the home straight by a length or so to Berkshire Rocco, those red and white colours. And then Pridwen, still handy in third position, followed by Diamond Bay, and to the outside of whom is Live Your Dream. Continues to be tracked through by a Merrick. And then Quijada, looking for that 5-timer today. 3 recent wins on the flat along with that hurdle success. And still under a bit of pressure, Ravens Heart remains the final runner. Torcello still in the pole position, racing down towards the final 5 furlongs. From Berkshire Rocco, a couple of lengths behind in second now. Pridwen in third, Live Your Dream waited with in fourth. Then came Diamond Bay, ahead of a Merrick, and Quijada still going quite nicely. Ravens Arc is still under pressure as he's been through much of the journey so far. They're heading now down towards the final 3.5 furlongs. Torcello still with the lead from Berkshire Rocco. Live Your Dream creeping into it, the royal blue. The orange towards the near side is Pridwen. Americ has been firmly ridden along. Quijada coasting through the field now. Under pressure is Diamond Bay, and Ravens Arc has never really been competitive. They're racing now down towards the final quarter mile. Live Your Dream has now been produced by Kevin Stott to go on from Pridwen. Berkshire Rocco hard under a drive in third. Quijada is off the bridle for the the first time, but is sticking on bravely as they race now down towards the final furlong. It is Live Your Dream, taken on now Bikai Kahava the far side. Pridwen back in third, inside the final half of furlong. It is Live Your Dream. It's Kevin Stott again on the July course this afternoon, and Live Your Dream wins this race for a second time. Live Your Dream beats Kahava. Pridwen back in third, then Berkshire Rocco clear from Diamond Bay and Torcello. And they're off, racing away. 1 mile the journey for the Tattersalls Falmouth Stakes. It's Group 1 for the fillies and mares, a never-ending story in the dark blue jacket was well away. Together with Astral Bow, now clearly goes on. Astral Bow under Shane Kelly will lead them after the end of the opening furlong from Never-Ending Story near side. Last year's winner, Prosperous Voyage. Behind those, blue jacket with the red cap with the noseband is Remarque. Over toward the far side is Random Harvest in the maroon silks. Further back to Nashua in the dark green. Dark green picked there for Via Sistina, and at the back is Coppice as they continue up the home straight, and they'll soon be to halfway. Astral Bow leading from Prosperous Voyage. Never-Ending Story goes along in third position. Then came Remarque. To the outside is Random Harvest. Then Via Sistina in front of Nashua, and Coppice is at the rear of the field. They're racing now down towards the final 3.5 furlongs. Astral Bow leads narrowly from Prosperous Voyage towards the near side. Remarque is in behind those. Via Sistina moving up with menace towards the outside of Random Harvest. Then came Never-Ending Story. Coppice behind that was and then Nashua, who's trying to find a way through. They're racing now down inside the final quarter mile. Astral Bow about to be joined by the nose-banded Remarque. Nashua coming through towards the inside, looks a major player. Via Sistina's under pressure. Coppice out wider inside the final furlong, and Nashua has strode on now. It's Nashua by a good few lengths to Remarque. Then came Via Sistina and Astral Bow heading up towards the line. Nashua gets right away to win the Falmouth Stakes impressively. Nashua the winner from Remarque, Via Sistina third. Astral Bow's back in fourth and Coppice in fifth. In behind the principals and the yellow jacket user Amistoso. More towards the near side, the left-hand side. The green cap there for Manawek also has a handy roll. Right in behind is Matt Luke with the white cap, and then Arabic Legend. Over toward the far side is Dallas Star. These are then followed through by the Ice Phoenix, and Swift Victory is at the tail of the field. They continue up towards halfway shortly. Kristan Jord now joined to the outside by Kisar Bithela. More towards the near side by Manawek. Right in behind is user Amistoso together with Matt Nuke. Then Dallas Star and Arabic Legend is gone well to this point. Empress Star has been ridden along towards the right-hand side there as they race now towards the business end, heading inside the final 2.5 furlongs, and they're wide across the course here. Kristan Jord has been joined by user Amistoso, Kisar Bithela, far side Dallas Star and Empress Star. More towards the near side, Arabic Legend shaken up now. Manawek is still there in the green cap, although now just losing its pitch as they head down towards the final furlong. Empress Star beginning to dig in. The far side has found something on the rising ground. Arabic Legend joins in, drifting over toward the centre. Arabic Legend and Emperor Star to battle it out, and this will be a winning debut for Arabic Legend. Arabic Legend will see off Emperor Star. Dallas Star and user Amistoso involved for third, and behind those two, Manawe. Carnival Zane and then Zana and Final Watch. Under the twilight, still more towards the near side in company with Tiger Crusade, Way to Your Night, Maxi Boy and Lyndon B. As these two groups continue up the home straight, race now down towards the final 3 furlongs. It's out in front, Love de Vega, that leads by a small margin only from Street Kid, Way to Your Night, Persuasion, and then Mr. Bluebird. Ridden in the centre is Carnival Zane. Persuasion goes well over toward the right-hand side, and they're about to race now towards the final quarter mile. Persuasion joins in with Love de Vega. Mr. Bluebird still well there. More towards the stand side is Way to Your Night in company with Under the Twilight. The now under pressure Street Kid. They're racing towards the final furlong. Persuasion over on the far side. Way to Your Night the near side in company with Under the Twilight. Then Mr. Bluebird. Rosena trying to get going, and Final Watch improving out wider. Final Watch has stormed through now. It's Final Watch from Waiting All Night, and heading up to the line, it's Final Watch to win it. From in second, Waiting All Night, and Persuasion, Rosena, Mr. Bluebird, and Love de Vega. And they're off. racing away 5 furlongs of journey for the Cavani.co.uk, the Sartorial Sprint Handicap Stakes, and Lip Sync was very quickly away. Lip Sync showing the way for the purple and green. Close up is Antiphon. The 10's boatman very keen in the orange and purple. Between them the yellow sleeves and cap of Isle of Lismore. A little bit wider out the white faces, Swayze under Holly Doyle. Then came Good Earth in that dark blue jacket. At the back of the field is Another Bar in those yellow and white silks. They'll soon be up towards halfway. Lip Sync still going pretty fast out in front under Neil Callan. Leads the way from the 10's boatman. Then came Isle of Lismore. He pushed along Antiphon. Another Bar coasting up into it towards the far side. Swayze ridden for more to the near side. Good Earth is trying to burst through. They're trying to get to Lip Sync as they now begin to climb. Lip Sync is headed by Good Earth. Far side Another Bar. Then the 10's boatman. Isle of Lismore looking to find more as well. Inside the final 100 yards, it's Good Earth under Kevin Stott. It's been his day all right. A 4-timer for Kevin Stott. Good Earth has won the last. From Isle of Lismore, Another Bar, and the 10's boatman back in 4th.
They're all set. And they're away on the extreme right. Love You Darling jumping out fairly well. The favourite Race the Wind in the all blue. Away to the left is Mercury. And Race the Wind and William Buick tracking across towards the near side rail, but preceded by Mercury. The others again tending to come across as well, with Bernice in the pink cap moving nearer this stands rail. Love You Darling in 4th now to the outside. And then Zenjabila. And after those, Get Jiggy With It towards the back of the field, second last, and Spirit La Adelita is the back marker. Mercury by about a neck to the newcomer Bernice in 2nd. Favourite Race the Wind in 3rd. Love You Darling 4th, entering the final half mile. Zenjabila is back in behind those in the yellow and blue jacket, followed by Spirit La Adelita and Get Jiggy With It at the tail of the field. On their way now towards the final 2.5 furlongs or so. Race the Wind now going up on the near side of Mercury and Bernice, who are both being pushed along, and Race the Wind comes racing through very strongly under Buick. Tracked now by Zenjabila. Bernice on the right, Mercury down the centre. Pulled out wide, Get Jiggy With It, followed by Love You Darling. Race the Wind leads, entering the final furlong on this stands rail. The others are trying hard, notably Zenjabila as they meet the rising ground. Zenjabila just hanging, and on the far side, Get Jiggy With It is making a race of it as well. Race the Wind is still just about out in front. Race the Wind holds on from in 2nd, Get Jiggy With It, then Zenjabila and Love You Darling. Out wide is Chiana, and then Naomi LaPaglia, and at the rear of the field in the shoes. So Chasserelle is setting quite a decent pace, kicks 2-3 lengths clear in the hands of John Egan here, and a bit further now entering the final half mile. Chasserelle clear of Ibiza Love and Glorious Angel, then Desert Voice, Naomi LaPaglia in the maroon and white jacket, Chiana on the far side, and finally in these shoes. They've got less than 3 furlongs to cover. Chasserelle very much the one to catch here. Leads by a good 4 lengths, maybe more. Chasserelle just nudged now in front from Glorious Angel, trying to bridge the gap with Naomi LaPaglia. They're the 1, 2, 3. Desert Voice with plenty to do. Ibiza Love in these shoes is staying on down the outside. They're getting to Chasserelle. Naomi LaPaglia and Glorious Angel joining Chasserelle in these shoes is staying on Durley on the far side. Naomi LaPaglia being worn away by In These Shoes as they race up to the line. Naomi LaPaglia is holding on gamely from In These Shoes and wins. Naomi LaPaglia from In These Shoes. They're followed by Royal Dubai on the far side in a blue cap, followed by Quantum Impact, and then High Bank, Taffrige and Blue Light Bay on this left-hand side. Heading down towards the final 4 furlongs, the halfway stage in this mile contest. And on the near side, Lose Your Wad. In the centre, Coco Jack in the light blue jacket. Still Miltai and Napoli pushed along, just falling back a little from Royal Dubai, who's moving up quite well from Quantum Impact. They're followed by High Bank. Taffrige just being asked a question. Blue Light Bay is hanging under pressure, leaving Lose Your Wad all alone on the stand side. And the clear leader is Lose Your Wad that leads the way. He too just beginning to hang now off the rail. High Bank gets across to the rail. They're chased down the centre by Quantum Impact and Taffrige and then Coco Jack, and now High Bank is hanging away as well, but just leads the way. High Bank, Quantum Impact meeting the rising ground. It's High Bank for Godolphin. William Buick doing the pushing here, and the horse is responding well. He draws away, kicks away. 3 lengths. High Bank wins. Quantum Impact, Royal Dubai, Taffrige late headway. Then Coco Jack, followed home then behind those by Lose Your Wad. Over 7 furlongs the way they go. City of Troy, one from the left in the dark blue jacket. On the extreme left, Quatre Bras Odyssey on the left-hand side as well in the beige sleeves. Spanish Phoenix well away towards the far side, yellow jacket with Sun. And then wide in the green sleeves is Heartem there, tracked by Cuban Thunder. Slightly alone down the centre is Metallo. City of Troy leading the group more towards the near side from Quatre Bras and Odyssey, and Great Truth at the back of the field. Spanish Phoenix possibly just the overall leader from City of Troy on the near side as they race on now towards the 4 furlong marker. Spanish Phoenix on the far side. Sun, Heartem prominent over the far side from Cuban Thunder. The favourite down this near side, dark blue jacket, City of Troy, Ryan Moore, and Travelling Well, followed by Metallo. Odyssey now pushed along, Great Truth with a bit to do, and Quatre Bras is Spanish Phoenix from City of Troy, and Heartem on the far side. These three now pressing on. City of Troy just about gets to the lead past Spanish Phoenix. Heartem on the outside. Great Truth is making good ground from the rear of the field. They head down into the dip and on towards the final furlong, and it's City of Troy by a couple of lengths to Great Truth in second, Heartem in third. City of Troy is opening up now, rising up towards the line. City of Troy by 5-6 lengths. City of Troy worthy of all the superlatives. He comes clear. He could be a future champ. City of Troy by 7, maybe 8 from Heartem. Tight for the minors. Sun, Odyssey, Great Truth. Rainbow Fire is just chasing the leaders on a light blue cat. Far side, Bless Him, yellow and black. Last year's winner on the near side, the 3-year-old Streets of Gold in orange. Accidental Agent from Star of Orion. Ropey Guest is switched markedly towards the far side. Towards the rear, Probe is undercover. On the near side, the grey Popmaster alongside Montazib. It's Cruyff Turn that leads the field by 3 parts of a length to Gorak. Then the Gatekeeper on the far side, handy now in the orange cap. A while near side, Shining Blue. Behind those then is Biggles and Bless Him. Back in the field on the near side, Streets of Gold just being asked a bit of a question with Rainbow Fire and Star of Orion and Accidental Agent as they race on downhill now with about a furlong and a half left to cover, and it's Cruyff Turn just in front. Gorak away to the right is the Gatekeeper, further right Bless Him. On the left is Shining Blue. Awal is coming through pretty strongly now, orange with the black sleeves. Far side Ropey Guest with Accidental Agent, and they race up towards the line. A very open race. Biggles is now charging through under Ryan Moore, so he's produced the horse brilliantly, and Biggles clears away. Biggles wins the Bunbury Cup. Ropey Guest far side second, then Bless Him and Awal fighting it out for third. Ready. And they're away. It wasn't great from Shaquille. He was slow, probably not as slow as he was at Royal Ascot, though. For this Group 1 per Thames Network, July Cup and Art Power is fast into stride, the grey. Leads by a length and a half to Little Big Bear. Vadream is third, Azure Blue on the near side in a noseband. Followed by Cardam, who's very keen indeed. Preceded by Kinross. Shaquille now making rapid headway, going up into second, chasing Art Power now. And at the back is Run to Freedom as they race through the first quarter mile, and Shaquille taking off to join Art Power. They're followed then by Kinross, now moving into third place. Vadream, Little Big Bear, Azure Blue on the near side, Run to Freedom and Cardem as they race on now towards the final 2 furlongs, and Shaquille quickly recovered the ground after a slow start, but he's being pushed along. Art Power, here's Azure Blue on the left, running on well from Vadream, then Run to Freedom, Kinross, and behind these Cardem, Little Big Bear is well beaten off. Shaquille leads the way up the hill inside the final furlong. It's Shaquille who leads. Run to Freedom running a big race from Kinross, and then Art Power, but Shaquille muscling home, and he's clear by 2 lengths. The Royal Ascot winner doubles up in the July Cup from Kinross, and Run to Freedom fighting it out for second. Then and on now towards the final, let me see, down the course. They're heading towards the final 5.5 furlongs now. And it's Hidden Story on the far side of Crystal Mariner, and then Graphite. Hope You Can Run leading Davideo and Reina Del Mar. Little to choose between the 2 sides, and Hope You Can Run probably just the advantage. Davideo now pulled out to go level with this leader. And then on the right, Hidden Story, still trapped by Crystal Mariner, sheltering from the breeze. Graphite at the back of those. Also getting shelter is Reina Del Mar at the rear of the left-hand group. Reina Del Mar just being pulled to the centre now for a possible run by Kieran Schumacher, and it's quite an open-looking race at this stage. Hidden Story now coming through strongly to possibly head Hope You Can Run. Reina Del Mar between the pair comes with a challenge. On the left is Davideo, then Crystal Mariner under the Moor Drive, and Graphite on the extreme right. It's a hard one to call as they race into the dip and onto the final furlong. On this side, Davideo is doing all right. Hidden Story far side with Graphite, then Hope You Can Run and Reina Del Mar down the middle. Davideo on the near side from Hope You Can Run. Reina Del Mar and Hidden Story. It's Davideo just doing best, and Davideo wins. Tight for them on as Hope You Can Run near side of, on the far side, Hidden Story, and between them, Reina Del Mar.
Subscribe to Racing TV's YouTube channel now to watch more great races like this.